A very good morning to you. It is Monday, the 10th of August, 2020, and this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. If we go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 2, do not forget to entertain strangers, for by so doing, some have unwittingly entertained angels. And then if we go to Matthew chapter 25, verse 40, Jesus says, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of my brethren, you did it to me. Oh, my dear friend, with this coronavirus, this COVID-19 lockdown, there are many, many people who are without work, without accommodation, and some even without food. We need to be so careful that we do not turn people away because of the wrong impression, because they are maybe not nicely dressed or they are not in a good condition. I remember that movie and a book indeed called In His Steps by Charles Sheldon. I think it's sold over 8 million copies, written many years ago, about a vagrant, a beggar who walked into a very upmarket church, walked down the carpet and collapsed in front of the congregation. And the pastor and the people didn't know what to do. They had no idea what to do with this person. And through that incident, it changed the lives of the congregation that were apathetic and doing nothing. I remember the story of the one lady who was an opera singer about to go to Europe on a massive tour. She changed completely and went down to the slums, stood on the street corners and started singing with her beautiful voice to the poor and the needy. I remember another man who was an editor of a very, very huge newspaper in New York, and he was to cover a prize fight, a world champion prize fight. In those days, they boxed with bare knuckles, and he said God wouldn't want that. And he said, I'm not covering the story, and I think it cost him his job. What are you and I doing? Remember, we might be entertaining an angel when we take care of some person who has got nothing at all. Do you remember that little band that we used to put on our wrists? What would Jesus do? WWJD. I had one on my wrist until it literally fell off eventually. Let us today be careful who we speak to and who we turn away, because we might even be turning away an angel. Have a very special and a blessed day. Goodbye.